Is it over? Is the video over?
Well, we'll see ya.
Can you not hear me? Okay.
Yep.
That's what happens when my Chromebook is too damn slow to keep up with the video. What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of FIGGAH Bangin'. As everything falls away at the last minute. And there goes JD. Okay. Good night.
Oh, well.
I'm still here.
What a fucking day. All right. Oh, okay. I thought you left. What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of FIGGAH Bangin'. I'm your host, Ace Marlowe. Joining me tonight, we have some of the normal crew. We have Mr. Brian Brink.
For those of you with a keen eye, I'm wearing the same shirt I wore yesterday.
That's supposed to tell people that.
Hey, I just didn't want people to mistake today for Tuesday or think they were watching the wrong link. Just
listen. It's fine.
It is fine. I only
That's all you
wore
got?
it for like the evening of yesterday. That and happy
Ooh, your
hump,
video got all dark.
hump day. Oh, that is because my desktop closed for work and I just started back up again so I can work on my spreadsheets while you guys do your stuff.
Shouldn't you be working on a Sentinel spreadsheet? It's just a line that goes like that.
I mean, I have one if you want to see it.
Is it just a vertical line?
No, it's plateaued.
Plateaued?
Yeah.
I gotta buy it still.
No, you have a week and a half.
I only got another month. That's it? I thought it was like
No,
wow.
Not this Monday. Monday after.
Shit. I gotta buy
Maybe they'll extend it because
it didn't make enough.
it didn't make it.
We only made 17 times what we thought it was gonna make.
Yeah.
So
maybe
let's
they'll
extend it. We'll extend it till SDCC. We also have Mr. JD.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Sorry I missed everybody last night, but I missed everybody last night.
That's not what I heard.
And you
No.
were missed.
Oh, thanks.
Josh is God knows where, doing God knows what, with God knows who.
Doing
heard
God knows
he's,
what with who with the prosthetic.
With the leg. Maybe he'll come in. Maybe.
So Josh's power went out,
That's crashed.
and so Josh's
You're not supposed
power
to
went
tell
out.
him the things that actually happen.
Well, I'm curious. Like, if your power goes out and you don't have your leg on, like, what if you forgot where you put it?
You gotta get a flashlight and look for it.
I just think it's a bad situation.
I mean, it is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
But. Ooh. Alrighty. So.
Yeah. I mean, because it's like it's one of the it's similar to precaution that I take around here, since I live alone, and
Not misplace your leg?
You might, if you live alone, you might be enticed to
Chop off your leg?
Just walk around naked from time to time. But
I do
my
that.
house
And
has
I don't live alone.
a lot of stairs, and I always try to have something on in case I fall down the stairs and I have to call somebody to come find me.
What if you don't have your phone on you?
Oh, well, then people will find me dead, but at least I'll be clothed.
At least you'll have your dignity.
Yes, in some regard.
Alrighty, so that was a long fucking day, but let's do one of these. Let's get rid of the laptop. So, alrighty, let's do this. So tonight we are doing
Damn, I should have guessed this one. I could have come up with a more clever title.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. So this is Fanshobby Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't tell me. Athena?
Athena.
I'm gonna go with Athena, aka Minerva, aka a weird different color of Night Beat. So
That's
here
not
she is.
Night Beat.
It technically is. It's just a different color.
Wait, so Night Beat is also like a whatever model car that is?
Well, I mean, whatever it is in G1.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen Night Beat in G1. I've only seen him in the Generations line.
You want to see it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, give me 1 second.
All right. JD, I'm sorry. Did you want to see it?
Sure.
Okay.
I like seeing it.
Aw, Wolfie's still waiting on his stupid Show Z. Why do people buy from there? It's so far away, isn't it? Show Z? Isn't the shipping like double what you would pay to get stuff here?
I don't know. I think it's a lot cheaper.
Oh.
A
So,
lot less expensive, we'll say.
so here's Night Beat.
Oh, that's
Wow.
great.
So what's funny is they made Night Beat a male character, but if you look at the face, it's got.
I need glasses.
Come on.
Dude, he could run for president with that face.
Good.
Wow.
Come on. Don't do this shit to me tonight.
Oh, you almost had it.
Oh. It keeps
Maybe-
doing it. And
Maybe I did name the episode properly. Ace, I named tonight's episode Hocus Focus. Hocus Focus.
There you go. So you can
Oh,
see like
man.
the face is very like it's very soft like a female. Like it's got a female-esque face, but it's supposed to be a dude. The figure is exactly the same as Minerva. It's just funky colors.
Ah. Nick Lord says that Show Z is generally $1 shipping. So I guess they're not overseas. It just sounds like an overseas store to me.
What, Show Z?
Yeah.
They ship from China.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
Nick says he pays $1 to ship it from there. That's
Yeah,
wild.
and it takes 7 months.
Oh,
$1. You have penny?
They get everything. They get everything first because they're in China, but then or Hong Kong, or whatever. I'm not sure exactly where. I don't want to be Asianists.
so then I would expect that if they get stuff sooner, and if we weren't dealing with the current situation, you would be getting stuff rather quick. So you would be like
Well,
kind of
they
the
still
first to
ship it.
get
They slow boat it, so
Yeah,
it takes
but
like a month to get it. So it evens out basically.
Yeah.
It goes on the same boat as everybody else's order. It's just they're getting a lot more.
Slower.
Gotcha.
All right, so here she is. I don't know what kind of car she is. It's a ambulance car.
Looks like a Porsche.
It's some kind of ambulance. Some kind of ambulance car.
Let's see what the TF Wiki says. I wonder if the TF Wiki says she's an inaccurate Trans Am. That's what she transforms into.
That's
like
not a
the-
Trans Am in any way, shape, or form.
for Braun.
That's like some sort of
No, it's
make-believe Porsche.
it's an inaccurate Trans Am is what she transforms.
It's also an inaccurate Mustang, an inaccurate Camaro, an inaccurate Dodge Ram, an inaccurate Tesla, inaccurate horse.
Just like the Braun. You know, remember? He was like, he transforms into an inaccurate version of this.
Except he
Why
didn't. But
won't this search? My Google won't search.
so she's a ambulance car.
You Google. All right.
It is all plastic, so it's fairly light. It rolls, so I got it to roll well.
You got it to roll well.
Oh, was that a struggle?
A little bit. So you can see it's rolling nice on rubber tires. that actually don't come off very easily. But you can see if I peel them away, you can see they're rubber. Yeah. So she was a headmaster junior along with Ghost Shooter. If you anglinize it, it's actually Shuta. But in the West, they call him Ghost Shooter.
Transforms into a Porsche 959.
I thought it was an inaccurate something else.
Trans Am.
Let me Google Porsche 959 and see if we get lucky.
And Cab, who became Hosehead in America, and Shooter became Siren, and she became Nightbeat, which we saw earlier. So Cab was the only one that actually, Cab into Hosehead was actually identical. They didn't make any changes. The other two, they made changes. So this is the first Minerva I actually own, which is kind of crazy.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Don't you have a complete G1 collection?
Not Japanese.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't have.
You're still good. Still complete.
I have all of US G1 and a chunk of Japanese G1 and a chunk of European G1, but I don't have all the foreign stuff.
Gotcha.
So she was a headmaster junior, which basically meant they were made out of plastic, and the gimmick was a little bit different in the head, and they had little seats. The helmet turned into a seat, and they had this part right here. So if you take the head off, and you take this piece off, so this would become the seat in vehicle mode, right? And then these guns would turn into guns for somewhere in vehicle mode, I don't remember. And then you can kind of combine them all together, and you can see like how the head is a little bit like kind of funky.
Yes.
So it's not like a cohesive enough head. So the seat helmet kind of fills that in. I think the lights are too harsh. Let me move them back a little bit. Maybe that's what's causing all the focusing. Move these back.
I think it's the camera.
Maybe it's the fan. It's blowing away.
Maybe. But unfortunately, that's not getting turned off. So that completed the head. So there was 3 Headmaster Juniors, Autobots, and 3 Decepticons, one of which has the best name of all Transformers history, and that's Cancer. But
fuck Cancer.
Fuck him. That's why they made him a Decepticon. Actually, he turns into a good guy at the very end. Spoiler alert. He got named Squeeze Play in America. I think that's the most common Headmaster Junior of them, all of them. I've seen them. I've gotten more than one of them in buying G1 stuff. People just like throw in bodies of Squeeze Play. So anyway, here she is. So it's a Headmaster. Actually, before we talk about that, so this is Fanshobby. If I didn't say it, I'm pretty sure I said it. There's basically no paint. So like all the white is white base plastic. Like this silver is paint and it's translucent. The headlights are translucent over top. And then there's some like silver on here. And the wheels are silver, which is paint. And this red stripe here is paint. And this red stripe is paint. This red stripe and then the stripe that goes all along here. And that's pretty much it as far as paint. So the crosses are actually stickers. And they give you 2 sets of some of them because they're a little bit tiny, or you can misalign them. So like you can see there's a line down the middle that obviously the hood's going to split apart for transformation.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 2 halves of a sticker. You don't cut the sticker in half. It's 2 separate halves.
Okay.
So you have to apply that yourself. You have to apply the door crosses yourself. There's a couple of options for license plates. So I just put those on. And then there's a couple more stickers that we'll show in that.
Let me ask you about these stickers. So do they
Sure.
give you a template so you know where to put
them?
There's
in the instructions, there's a map, like a G1 map kind of deal. And all the stickers on the sheet are numbered. And then the instructions have them numbered. Like 1 goes here, 2 goes here, 3 goes there.
No. That wasn't what I was referring to. Is
Okay.
there more like a stencil? Like
What do you mean a stencil?
is your cross on the left door exactly mirrored
No.
to your cross on the right door?
It's just saying put a cross on this door and put a cross on that door.
Okay, because that would
And-
drive me insane.
Oh, what? They're not exact.
Yes.
Oh, see, I like I lined them up as best I could.
Like you didn't put a little like count, like
No.
how many centimeters from the mirror and.
No, I
and
kind of lined it up with
put a
like
pencil
where
mark on it.
I kind of like lined it up where it was in relation to the window.
You could use like a wax pencil to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, I'm neurotic, but I'm not that neurotic.
Yeah, well,
But I understand it. I mean, I 100% understand it, but
Yeah.
I just didn't go that far. I just kind of picked a place that I thought looked good. So it's basically I try to like put it dead center on the door piece, and then or as close as I could, dead center on the door piece, and I kind of saw where it lined up, and then I just lined it up more or less in the same place on this side. Then these pieces are recessed, so they weren't hard, and then a couple of the other places are pretty obvious. So it does come with a headmaster, and you can get the headmaster in and out, and you can just lift up on this piece. So you can see she's kind of like crammed up in there. So when I said I got it to roll decently, the small problem, it's not the end of the world problem, but it's a small problem. Where you sit the headmaster, the legs are probably going to come off, which one already did, and the other one came off.
interesting.
So this is something they should probably fix. Come
Too
on,
late
yeah.
now.
And well, I mean, they're they've already retooled this thing into shooter. Spoiler. So, the cockpit where the headmaster sits is actually the waist. So you see the transformation on this guy isn't very hard.
Mm-hmm.
Because
You
it's
kind
a
of see
lady.
what's going on.
It's a girl.
It's a lady. So this is the waist, and this black piece. You see the waist, the black piece in there. That's the same black piece as where the legs go, and it basically the legs tuck into her lower abdomen, and it's a very, very, very tight fit. Like it's not even tight enough to. It's like barely enough room to even get his feet in, and it's not the best. Hopefully, at least for Go Shooter, maybe since it's not a female, maybe they'll make that a little bit wider. But so when you push it in, what happens is there's spoiler, a double ball peg in the waist, and it pushes this whole section. So this whole section can rock up and down. See it?
Mm-hmm.
So if you push it, the further down you push it, like towards the floor, the easier it is to get the headmaster in. But when you push it down towards the floor, you can kind of see it's going below the wheels. So that causes it. See? So you kind of got to push that down, get the headmaster in without popping the legs off, and then kind of squeeze this up to get the clearance, to get it to roll. But then that'll push the headmaster up and out and into a funky position. So the headmaster sitting is probably the crappiest part of the whole figure. But you can kind of see there's some more stickers. So this piece, there's a couple little blue stickers right there, and then there's some like tech detailing on the sides here. So those pieces just fit the molding of it. So you don't need to worry about lining them up.
Right. The car looks nice.
It does. Like I said, that's the biggest problem with the car is getting this thing fitted in there and having them sit properly. But we'll take a look at the headmaster real quick. So there's Minerva. It's got a swivel head, ball jointed shoulders, so you get a little bit out. I have no. There we go. You get that much out, and then you get all the way around, and then she's got elbows 90 degrees, and then ball jointed hips. Oh, so if you've ever seen a headmaster transform, they all basically transform the same. You know, you got the ab. There's a ab joint for transformation. It's just gonna fold over on itself. So if you want to count that as an ab joint, she's got an ab joint. And then she's got normal hips. So there's no waist joint. Obviously, it's too damn small. And then the hips are both pegged on. As you saw, they popped off. So you get out very easily. They pop off. So out, you're going to get about that. And then you get forward and back. And then you get the knee, which will go all the way, mostly for transformation. But you can use it.
Going
so it's pretty posable. It's a pretty posable little headmaster. Obviously tiny. There it is with a pot of Tamiya paint.
There it is.
And there it is with Chris's favorite apple barrel.
Which color is that?
That's black. Jet
Just
black.
Call it black?
Jet black. Here it is with a smaller Tamiya paint. So to transform the head, we're just gonna, you can see the face. It's just hanging out on the back. So you're just gonna fold it over at that ab joint and then just bend up the knees. And just like that, it's a head. So the head is done. Well, actually, it's not done because you can see the forehead's all kind of wonky. But we're gonna fix that. So, what happened?
Before you transform this, can we see it with some other cars?
I wasn't gonna jump into transformation, but
oh, okay. You just grabbed right at it, man. I thought you were just gonna.
I was squeezing it back together because it kind of popped apart.
Okay.
There you go.
I like it. Looks good.
So it's MP car sized. I don't know enough about Porsches to say if it's properly scaled.
You know, it looks, when I look at real images of it, it kind of looks like a 911 a little bit, which are
well, those are that would be smaller than this.
Yes, very small cars. So
I actually fit in Porsches okay.
Oh, really?
Really?
Then actually, Porsches are a lot roomier inside than you think. There are way worse cars. But all right. Any other questions before we?
How do you fit in a Lambo? Since you had a Lambo out there, comparatively,
I don't. I've never been in a Countach, so I don't know.
Just thought I'd ask.
I do know somebody. Well, there's a guy by my work that sometimes has a 1984 Countach on their driveway in red.
Really?
Does it have an Autobot?
No, it doesn't. And I always want to steal it, and I always feel terrible at that, leaving it there to rot. That car is actually a piece of shit, believe it or not. The Countach, the 84 Countach, they did a Top Gear with it, and they basically so the spoiler on that car, which is iconic. Like you can't have this car without a spoiler, right?
I mean, you can.
Right? You can, but you don't want to drive without the spoiler, right? The spoiler makes the car slower. It's not aerodynamic at all. It actually makes the car slower.
Oh.
And that car has 12 carburetors.
12 carburetors.
Yep, one carburetor for each cylinder.
Wow. Ace is just hating because he don't got one.
Yep. All right. So, any other questions before we move on?
No. But here's a picture of a Porsche 959. There you go.
I mean, can we line it up? I mean, I'd buy it. I don't know why you would have that car as an ambulance vehicle, as a first aid vehicle. But whatever.
Why was a Datsun a police car?
Well, I mean, that's more believable because you have do you ever see Dubai? Then they have fucking $1 million cars as cop cars.
I guess.
Oh, Datsuns are not $1 million.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you can have. I don't know. Anyway,
I mean, Japan, right? I mean, Diaclone. Cop cars were Japanese cars, so it makes perfect
Yeah, well,
sense.
So there's one aspect of the transformation that might piss people off. I think I've become indifferent to it, but so we start by ripping the roof off. So it does parts form with the roof. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you, but it just that's how it is.
It's
We are going to
crazy.
transform this later.
Constructor made it okay to parts form,
Yeah.
so everybody just get the hell over it.
So right here, this funky piece right here, we can actually remove, and this is the forehead of the head mode. So that just slides onto there, and that completes the head.
Man, they're just cheating with everything. Let's just fucking take parts off and put them other places.
Well, it actually parts form was less than the G1. This has 4 pieces to the head.
Oh my god, that G1 figure.
But that's pretty neat that they actually put there's a little spot for that forehead piece so you don't lose it when you transform it.
Does that G1 figure have like a 5-step transformation? It really looked like a giant.
Yeah, basically. I mean, you can figure it out. You flip these around, you squeeze them together.
Dude, it's like a giant Zybot. That is so terrible.
I mean, it was 1988, 89. I mean, you can still see there's the cockpit.
Yeah.
There's detailing in there, though. 87.
Terrible.
87. This is actually not a easy figure to find, especially complete. These things are a pain in the ass because of these guns. All the Headmaster Juniors and the bucket. So, we got the head done. So we got this piece. We'll come back to that later. So now it comes with the body. We're going to start by taking the guns out. It's easiest just to kind of... So they just sit... This like curved part at the top. There's a groove down in here, and they just slot in there, and they just hold in. So the easiest thing is just to flick them out like that. So the guns fold up, and we can just unfold it and then flip out the handle, which I think we got a spudge.
No need to flip out.
Flip out the handle. One gun. Do it again. Flip it out. Flip out the handle. 2 guns. Put those to this side. So now, there's not a lot to it. You can, like I said, you can kind of see what's going on. So we'll just separate this. Separate these pieces. One of these panels likes to pop off at a ball joint a lot. So that's probably going to happen a bunch. Before I forget, so these mirrors are solid plastic, but they're on these C-clips and a rotation. So you can just fold them up and get them out of the way. And they pop off super easy, so they're not going to break.
Why is everything popping off this thing?
I don't know. So we're going to move everything out of the way. We're going to fold these bits down. And then the arms, you can see, just flip out. And then we'll kind of deal with the rest of the arms again in a minute. So now we have to split the front. And then we're going to, along this seam here, we're going to pop that open. And now just getting this started is a little bit of a pain. But you just kind of, there we go. You have to get it up and over like this piece here.
Get it.
So you got to kind of pull it out a little bit and get it up and over. And then we can hopefully have the clearance to flip it. No. Do the other one. The clearances are very, very tight. So then we just got to fold it around. There we go. Make sure the knee pad's flipped out. And then we're going to fold out. That's going to be, this whole big chunk is the heel. And then the toe just folds around, and that's a foot. So then we just bring this back to where it was in vehicle mode. So that folds around. And then the door, You're going to close the glass and then fold up this little black panel. And then fold it over, slide it down, and then see it's on that slider.
Mm-hmm.
And then tab in a slot. Give it a squeeze. This you can really orient anywhere you want. I just kind of fold it up flat. That's the neatest way to leave it. So then the same thing over here.
I'm sorry, did you say those were hard plastic or soft
Yeah,
plastic?
these are hard, but they're C-clipped on.
Okay. So they move.
So they rotate. So it's on a rotation joint. Oops, see, it just pops off. It's on a C-clip.
Yeah.
So it rotates around. And it swivels on the C-clip. Okay. Fold out the leg. Fold that all out. Flip up the toe. Fold this back around. Clip it over. Make sure this kneecap is folded out. Same thing over here. Glass first. Clear plastic. So when you bend it close to the hinge. Same thing over here. Go like this. Peg it in. These panels here, this one folds down. These fold in. These panels up here, you're going to disconnect, rotate them around, and then rotate them around like that. And then they'll fit into there. So you rotate them once, flip them over so that you expose the other side, and then flip that around. And actually, before you peg them in, peg them back together. So basically, they peg together that way. They peg together that way in vehicle mode, and they peg together this way, the opposite way for robot mode. Actually, we peg them together, and just get them past the waist, and that cleans that up. Fold that all up. Arms come down. So now this is on a series of hinges and swivels. So you just kind of got to swivel it around until you get the right orientation, which is going to be like that. So you want this joint right there, that armature to have a right angle like that. So you just swivel it around. It pegs into here on a ball joint, like onto the panel itself on a ball joint, and then you got a hinge here and then a swivel around. So you just kind of say that this hinge is super tight. This hinge is actually tighter than the ball joint, and I can't do anything about it because it's riveted. So that does tend to pop off. And then we're just going to rotate the arms to the front, the hands, everything right way around. And that's the base transformation done. So now we take So let's put the head in first, and then we can show some options. So some people are saying, I know some of the earlier copies, this head on the Headmaster gets stuck when they pop off the head. I haven't had that happen. It is a snug fit, but I mean, I can see if you rip the head off quick, it could pop off the ball joint because the head's on a bolt, on a ball joint on there. I thought it was on a swivel. I think it's actually on a ball joint. Yeah, now that I can now the head is stationary. So you can get that head stuck. I feel like if you just rip it off quick, it's more easy. It's more likely to happen. But if you kind of methodically and slowly pull it out, it comes out fine. So if you're too anxious and you just go like that, I can see that head popping off. And you got to get a pair of tweezers or pliers and get the head out. But there's the base transformation complete. So now we still have this bit of business to deal with. So I kind of feel like they should have given you an option to use this as a shield or something and just could chunk it up on her arm or something. But there's actually no way to do that. So what you do is you fold.
Ace, you can make an attachment now.
Oh, I could.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'd peg it in, but
You make a clip to go over the arm.
Yeah, it would have to clip over. Actually, it could probably clip over this. So we fold this up, rotate this back panel around, fold this bit of business down and this bit of business back, just like that. And then we reattach it in the same place it was onto the stem, like that, and it becomes her backpack.
Wait a minute. It reattaches where it came off?
Yep.
Now, can you manipulate that back into normal form without undetaching it?
No, because of this piece.
Damn it.
You can get 95% there.
Yeah, almost.
Well,
You
it's
just can't
funny.
do that one
It's
panel.
like turning that panel around doesn't really do anything except change
It
the
just-
aesthetic of the butt flap. Right?
Yeah, basically.
Interesting.
Actually, wait, hold on. I lied.
There
There we go.
you go.
Yes, you can.
You don't even have to take it off.
We sorry, Fans Hobby. No. Have to pass parts form it.
No disassemble. No disassemble. So that's what it looks like with the back piece on. If you don't care for that, you can pop it off and leave it without it. And it's pretty clean. The only thing is you got that peg sticking out a little bit.
Oh,
That
no,
does not that does not hide away or anything.
I like it with the backpack on.
So you have an option. If that bothers you and you don't want to see that, you can just literally take it off. I know that's going to upset some people. I generally prefer perfect transformations where everything stays on, but it's really not a big deal. At this point, it doesn't really matter.
If you fold that windshield piece up a little bit so it doesn't stick out so bad, how's it look from the front?
I mean, just like that.
Yeah. That's not so
Yeah,
shabby.
not bad.
I dig it.
So, I mean, in reality, you can do whatever you want with the backpack.
Yeah.
You can take it off. You can leave it more assembled. You can do whatever the hell you want. You can stick it up your butt. This is the fully transformed, that's the way we meant it to be, way to transform it.
What's that flap hanging off her leg back there?
Oh, that's the door that likes to pop off.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, so let's run through articulation first.
Oh, I see sexy hips.
Well, I mean, she is a female. So, head swivels. We're using the base articulation of the neck on her on the headmaster, but the port where it plugs into is spring loaded, and I think we're actually getting some resistance off of that to get some more articulation. So swivel all the way around.
Dude, I didn't realize she had like a baseball cap kind of brim.
Yeah, they all do.
I like that.
Up to there, down to there, so pretty decent, and then you get some side to side. Shoulders. So friction all the way around. You can actually lift them up. They're on this separate panel. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's not the worst. If you maneuver this out of the way, you can get them straight up for transfer. Because that's the same way they transform. And then you also have a separate joint there. So if you don't want to move the shoulder piece, right, you can just move this separate joint. So that's nice. These black pieces don't lock in. I kind of wish they would have had a little molded in clip in the white, so kind of snap in a little bit. So that way, if you wanted to use it, you can just pull it out and detach it. But then when you wanted to use this, it would be a little bit easier to keep that locked in, but not the end of the world. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. See, look. So the arms don't really transform, right? They just kind of fold up and go in the back. So they gave her double joints. See that?
See that, fans' toys?
See that? It's really not that hard.
And break the baseball cap, the juniors thing. Sorry, this is really late. It's like it's T-ball for Transformers.
Yeah, dude.
Junior.
Yeah, I mean they are Headmaster Juniors. They actually were children.
Yeah.
Which is kind of bizarre. They were kids
So it's
risk their lives.
The Autobots and the Decepticons are playing T-ball today.
Technically, it's the Cybertrons and the Destrons.
What? Okay.
Technically.
Sorry. You get it wrong, you nerd.
Actually. So there's one joint here, and the other joint's here. So you can maneuver those however you want. And because the arms don't really transform, you get a double joint, which I approve of. Wrists.
Does it look as loose as it? I mean, does it feel as loose as it looks? You're just kind of like flicking that thing around, like.
Well, the thing is, there's no die cast in it, so it doesn't really have to hold up a lot of weight. Yeah. So it's the pin joint, this upper joint with the black joint, is stronger. This other joint is a little bit looser. I think that's a friction tab. So I can probably yank that right off. Like that's a pin. And I think that's just a couple little nubs, you know. They'll lock that piece in. But I mean, it's fine. You're not gonna like when she holds her guns. It's not going to be that much heavier than that anyway. It's not going anywhere.
Gotcha.
So the wrists are on. So you got to swivel up. So you got that going on. There's a mushroom peg for the rotation. The thumb goes in and out.
The heck?
The thumb goes in and out. That's really to grab the gun. And then the hands are a little bit wonky. They work fine. The problem is so like if you make a fist out of them, they look fine. Right?
Straighten them out and
like that looks fine, right? Even a more grippy fist, that all looks fine.
There you go.
Come on.
Before it looks like she was going to go skiing.
The problem is if you straighten them out, kind of, and like you can make these hands look terrible.
Yeah,
like stuff like that.
They're kind of big.
Judo chop.
So you, when you have the guns.
Hands.
When you have the guns in the hands, it's completely fine. If you get them in fists, they're completely fine. It's just there are definitely very easy ways to make them look terrible, even though they're not. So then the waist, we have, I know I spoiled it before, but if you look in there, I don't know how well it's going to show up. Can you see that down in there?
Yeah,
the ball peg.
I'm not looking down her pants.
You don't have to look down her pants. You have to look down her crotch. So this is a pretty standard kind of action figure joint. This is a double ball peg. So if you don't know what a double ball peg is, it's just literally a bar with a ball joint on either end of the bar, like a barbell. So one ball goes into the waist, one ball goes up into the abdomen, and that allows you a whole bunch of movement.
One goes in the butt, one goes in the hooch.
Yeah, this panel likes to come off a lot. So you got the waist, you got the rotation, like I showed, and then you got all kinds of range there.
Get them
so that's beautiful.
Going.
You can totally do. Totally do sassy hips.
Yep.
Okay. Hips are on ball joints. So we get forward to there. Back to there. And then there's a cutout at the top. Let's see how good we get. I mean, that's... I don't know. What do you think? 89%? I mean, it's 89 degrees.
You tell that.
That's pretty close. That's pretty good. That is obviously all friction because it's the ball peg. Like I said, everything is all plastic, so it's not like they have to hold the weight of metal. Ratchets are, like I always say, are always better, but at least it's all plastic, so it's not like it's got to hold the weight of metal. Knees are also double jointed. These panels can...
Oh my god, this thing's driving me nuts. Well, I want to stay together.
So you got that joint That's the upper joint. That joint is the lower joint, and then you can kind of finagle it up.
Yeah, I feel like that double joint's mainly for transformation.
Yeah, I mean, this door panel. So if you get rid of that door panel, you get more articulation. So if you're doing it for a picture, you can always kind of hide it and then plug it back in. And the feet, so you get up and down. That all moves together. And then for the tilt, it's actually just the toe.
It's got some of those ruby slippers.
And actually, it's on a mushroom peg, so it actually goes all the way around. So the actual tilt is on the toe, but you can maneuver this down to get the actual support. So you got the look of the front actually tilted, but because you got the big-ass heel, it's not going nowhere. So that's good. Let's get the... So you're holding the guns. Looks fine.
They tab in, right?
It's got... Yeah, it's not the kind of slot. You know, the groove down the back is just a palm slot.
Yeah.
This is too small for that other for the. So, like I said, since everything is plastic, holding up the guns, even just using that one joint is not going to go anywhere.
Very nice. Very nice.
So let's see. She does come with one other accessory, which I actually brought out. So this is she has one other face. So it comes with the straight line of indifference face. Come on. Come on.
Focus.
Come on. There you go. So it has the non-emotion face.
I'm still waiting on my soup face.
And this is the other face that it comes with.
Hey, there's my soup.
So there's one other gimmick. So what is the one gimmick, the other gimmick that all headmasters have? It falls over.
The chest
I can't
plate.
grab the head. So when you...
Yep.
So here's a little secret. So the original headmasters, these tabs were all... So see how these tabs are different heights?
Mm-hmm.
That actually doesn't mean anything on the juniors. So on the full ones, the headmaster seniors, they would have 3 tabs. So speed, strength, and integers.
Integers. The ability to compute.
So each one of those tabs would push a spring, and then each one of those springs would push them down. So if I took the headmaster from one figure and plopped it onto another body,
it would change.
It would change because the little plastic bits on here would push the plungers down different amounts. On the juniors, is only one plunger.
Lame.
So they're actually fixed. So no matter which one you put in, you always get the same stats for that figure.
And they're upside down stats.
And they're upside down, yeah.
He's in the negative.
Jesus, so
Poor guy.
It's a girl, you sexist.
Whatever.
Ghost Shooter
So
is a girl?
No, this isn't Ghost Shooter. It's Minerva.
Oh, I thought we were talking about
No, yeah,
No, Nightbeat's a girl. Oh no, Nightbeat's a guy. My bad.
Yeah. What I was talking about the green yellow thing you just had in your hand.
So, if we flip down the chest,
tell me they did it. Yes, they did.
So these are more stickers. So the way they did it You really want to be a bitch tonight, don't you?
They did it with a better camera.
Okay, so the way they did it, so you can see they're all different and they're all coming from the bottom. So the way they did it is they spring loaded this little door. So if I just
that's cool.
see how it just flicked back up.
Mm-hmm.
So as I pull on it, so right between here and here, I can feel it click into place right there. So now it's kind of locked in and it grabbed the spring.
If you lean her forward a little, there you go.
And you look down, you can see they're all white. And then as I pull it, you can see the spring is getting in. And then it kind of locks into position, and then you get the stats.
Interesting.
So that's neat. That's a neat way to do it, considering they're not going to have the tabs on there,
Mm-hmm.
So you get the clean head, and you still get the stats. Now, of course, this means no matter what head you put in there, you're going to get the same stats every time.
Right.
But
hey, that Nightbeat head, it looked like it had different.
They molded it to make it look like that, but only the one peg engages.
But
so
you might be able to plug that into a senior and get different results.
That's going to be my question.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever tried that.
I was going to try and answer you, but there's 3 of us talking at once.
All right.
Traffic light.
Yep. I pumped the brakes.
So, Prime.
Dead Prime.
Sleepy.
Megatron.
Shiny.
And I still didn't get a freaking car. Hold on. Come here. Come here, you. Come here. Okay. It's about the same size as a car.
There it is.
Hold on 1 second. Okay. So I didn't get Jin right down because it's a pain in the butt to get down.
The Fanshobby Power Baser?
Yeah. Can I just show it with the what the fuck is his name? Thunderclash, or do you guys really want to see it with the Jinrai?
Thunderclash will be fine.
Okay.
We can get the idea. Oops. Yeah, okay. Close enough. Look at all that pretty colors.
I like this. I like that toy. The only other thing is the God Bomber add-on comes with all 3 heads. So her, Ghost Shooter, and Cab. That head is the same. The head that's on her is exactly the same as the one they gave you on that. And that means that the other head should be swappable onto her. But I don't remember. I don't think they gave you any expressions though. But the head itself is the same.
What are you talking about?
The God Bomber add-on for Jinrai comes with the 3 Headmaster Junior heads because they fit in the cab. Because on the show they drove God Jinrai around. I mean God Bomber around. And this head is the same as the one they gave you before.
Okay.
So if you wanted to, you could always swap those heads around. But all right. I kind of feel wrong for even doing it, but It's in there.
It's in there. There it is. Pass the test.
Oh, also these like I don't remember if I mentioned it. These can obviously be moved out of the way very easily. So yeah, so this she's hold on, let me just flip the hand around. I like this thing. I like this figure a lot. It's very fun to mess with. It's not super high end. Like you're not gonna pick it up and be like, wow, this thing feels like a super high end masterpiece. Like it just doesn't. It's definitely more of a toy, which I do enjoy. Hey, that rhymes. It's more meant to be pick up and play with it, especially being all plastic. I'm pretty sure this thing isn't very expensive. I want to say it's like $60.
But doesn't it keep? But it keeps untabbing and stuff, and it doesn't have the ratchets that you like.
I know, but the problem, obviously, I would prefer it to have ratchets, but at least it doesn't have the die cast
Heavy
in
bits.
the feet, so that necessitate the ratchets.
Mm.
I always prefer ratchets.
I
But
mean, they could have put soft ratchets in the hips.
They could have totally saved even more money and not assembled it and just gave you a model.
Yeah, or
It would have been like
they could
30
have saved more money by giving you jars of plastic pellets and a hot air gun, and just say melt them and form it yourself.
Mm.
How much would that cost? $5?
I don't know. Probably be like $50 shipping.
Sure.
But it's really fun to mess with. The transformation is simplistic, and I don't know. It could have. I feel like they could have made the transformation a little bit more fun, especially since Fanshobby stuff is generally, very fun to mess with and very fun to transform. But I mean, it's really fun to mess with. I'm looking forward to Ghost Shooter. Hopefully, they fix a bunch of that tooling, like make that waist bigger, so you can fit the damn headmaster in there without having to kill yourself. Cab is going to have to be completely different because he's a fire truck. So that's going to be interesting to see.
Ghost Shooter's a fire truck.
No, Ghost Shooter is a car.
Oh, you mentioned.
So you see,
you said the word cab, and that's the name of a.
No, Cab is the guy, is the fire truck guy.
Gotcha.
So I don't feel like going. I don't know if you can see down there.
Dude, Combiner Wars Thundercracker, sweet.
So you see that blue guy?
Yep.
That's Siren. So that's the U.S. version. And to his right, there's a red guy. That's Cab. That's Ho's head.
Interesting.
And for S&Gs.
They go very well together.
That's how far we've come.
What a piece of junk. Man, I was way out of Transformers by the time that thing showed up.
It was only 3 years after.
Yeah, like I said, way out.
Yeah, I only did a few of these. I didn't do the.
At least you can fold the hands
juniors,
in.
of course.
God,
But
could you imagine? You started out with the Diaclone stuff, and then you end up getting this, and you're just like, oh my god, what the hell?
What happened? Where am I?
Terrible.
what planet am I on?
Was
Who
he in season 4? Like
No,
the 3
they
episodes?
were only Master Force.
Oh,
Maybe the comics. I don't know about that, but
but did get a U.S. release, right?
this is the U.S. release. They just repainted it as a different character, and I
So
think they were in the Marvel. I think the juniors were in the Marvel comics,
Oh yeah, that's right.
as these guys, not as the Japanese colors.
So Ace, I mean, in your knowledge of Transformers, I'm just gonna go off on this damn thing, but once they went through the Diaclone offerings and Microman and all that other stuff, like this thing we're looking at here, was that
Pure
designed by
Takara. Pure
Takara? I thought it might have been...
Hasbro doesn't design Transformers. Only Takara does.
Okay, because
they still don't design them.
Right, because I was under the impression that this is what the U.S. designers came up with.
No, they told Takara make us new figures. In 1986, they said we're out of Diaclone figures. We need new Transformers on the shelves. Make us new ones, and they came up with the movie stuff and.
Jeez, man, those guys, they must have been, what, brown belts in toy designers or whatever. It's just, oh my goodness.
That's pretty low.
They must be embarrassed. Either that or Hasbro was like, look, you got to make us something really cheap. And just upscale these stupid GoBots that are.
Well, you got to realize this was before CAD. These things were made in wood.
Yeah.
Well, what the hell were the Diaclone ones made out of?
Wood.
Well, if you can do that with wood, why would you do
but they
this
were all.
with wood?
I mean,
is there a wood shortage?
Maybe. I mean, this was after Return of the Jedi when redwoods were all the rage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe they were hoarding the wood.
Hoarding the wood.
All right. Any other questions, comments, concerns before we get out of here?
No.
That was very quick. No, indecisive.
That's right.
Nothing in the chat.
I got a smiley face from Toy Mafia. I got Shay J saying no, they came up with the Pretenders and Action Masters, Hasbro, that is. And Tyler the Collector wants to know why we're getting a loud noise when you move.
Because I have fans because it's hot in here. All right, you want to run through the chat? Did you do the chat?
Yeah, I did my job.
Alrighty. Well, you did Joss's job because you don't have power. You don't have a hamster or something. You can just throw on a wheel, generate some power.
Dude, man, you would have to have some major ratios in your gears. That hamster would have to go around 100 times in order to
before you got one revolution of a.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right.
Hey, listen. If anyone can do it, I have faith in Josh.
Yeah, I mean, if any of you have ever had hamsters, man, they're like speed demons on those wheels, man. I mean, they probably could go like 100 revolutions in like 30 seconds or something like that.
Probably.
Fuckers are quick. Supposedly, hamsters like at night when they're in the wild, they roam up to like 3 miles or something shit like that. That's why it's
aren't they from like Peru or something?
Yeah, maybe. That's why it's important to give hamsters a lot of square space in their cages.
But then everybody crams them into little.
In those little ones. Yeah. All right, so we had Toy Mafia, Mark 44 Prime, Eric Bond, Wolfenstein, Shay J, E Prime 20, Nick Lord, Aaron L, Master Skinny Toys, and Dominic Grasso.
That's it.
That's it.
Small one tonight.
Yeah, maybe they're watching hockey or something.
Ugh. All right, let's do some way outs. We'll get out of here. Mr. Brink. Way out.
On Instagram. I'll just leave it there.
Okay. JD.
JD Brocious in the Facebook groups. Pigment Surgery on Instagram and Xbox Live. Shelf Gravy everywhere. Tuesday nights, Breaking the Mold. Wednesday nights, Shelf Gravy. And the other Wednesdays here on FIGGAH Bangin'. And I want to give a quick shout out to my new friend, Walter from Ohio.
From Ohio?
Yeah, like he just sent me this.
Oh,
like
dude.
we traded He said he watches the shows and all that kind of stuff, and he's a fan and all that good stuff. But yeah, we traded. He sent me this, and it came today, and
So that's the movie one.
yeah,
Did it come with a Raphael?
yeah,
Sweet.
he's here too.
See that?
He's here too.
Dude, look at that. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
So you got one.
I got one, and for anybody waiting,
Oh,
we're going through.
I had to
going
order
through
in white.
stuff.
I had to order in white because I can't wear. I have so many black t-shirts.
Sweet.
So just have patience. We're still waiting on another big box as well. So not everything has arrived. They had to split the order up.
Cool.
So we'll be working through shipping this stuff out in the next couple weeks, probably, I would imagine.
Sweet.
So
Sounds like fun.
where you at, Ace?
I'm just in my basement, chilling. Trying to find where this cap came from on the paintbrushes I found on the floor. Screw it. I am at Ace Milo pretty much everywhere, mostly on Instagram, Facebook, and my real name on the Realm of Collectors group. Mostly, figure it out, not that hard. Teespring merch is always up. I think should still be up. Yeah, I think that's always up. It's in the Facebook group for the link. We got nothing to promote. There's no more cons ever. No one's gonna ever see anybody ever again. So nothing to push there. So I guess that's it. Thanks for joining us live. Thank you for watching after the fact, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Cool.
Turtles.
Yeah.
Say it with me now. Really?